Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm going to be running through our assembly for today, and we're going to be looking at continuing the topic that Mr. Parker started last week, all to do with money. So let me share my screen so that you can see our presentation today. So we're going to be focusing on the idea of spending or saving money, and we want to think about being a critical consumer. Okay, so we're going to learn what that is and whether we should spend money or save money, because as we get older, we're going to be getting money coming from various sources. Maybe you have a job that you do at home that you get some pocket money for. Maybe you got some money for Christmas or for a special occasion. Okay, and it's really important that we know what to do with our money, because money is what makes the world go round. It's really important that we have money to buy the things that we want to buy in our lives. So let's start with a bit of a warm-up. If you could save for anything, what would you save for? So I'll give you a few seconds to think. What pops into your head? What would you like to save up for? Maybe it's a bit too expensive to buy straight away, but you might need to save up your money. Maybe you thought about one of these things, maybe a toy or some sports equipment or a new bicycle or a book that you really want, or maybe a game that you're really interested in. Now, all of these things cost money, so it's important that we know how to save, but also whether what we're buying is worth our money. So let's imagine that we've gotten some money for Christmas or a birthday and we're thinking, should we spend it or should we save it? So let's go through the pros and cons of both. So imagine you got £20, are you going to spend it? Well, what are the advantages of spending money? Well, the obvious one is that you get to buy what you want. That's the advantage, is if you spend it straight away, you get something as you spend it. But there are some disadvantages. For example, you might not be able to afford something that's more expensive, and you don't have any money left over if an emergency pops up, like you've forgotten your mum's birthday present and now you need to buy her something really quickly, but you've already spent your money. Or you could think about saving it. If we save it, there are some advantages and disadvantages. What do you think the benefits could be of saving money? I'm going to give you a moment. If you'd like to pause the video, you can, just to think about what's the benefit of saving money. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to think of something, but one of the advantages is that after a while, you can afford to buy something bigger and more expensive. If you're saving in a bank, you might get some extra money. That's called interest. When you put your money in a bank account, the bank actually pays you a little bit of money to leave your money in that bank account. Miss Jones is going to be talking to us about bank accounts next week in our assembly. And another benefit of saving our money is you will always have it in an emergency then. But of course, if you save your money, then you miss out on buying things at the moment. Or you might just end up saving and saving and saving and saving and saving and never actually buying anything with that money. So we need a bit of a balance. So let's have a think now. What do you think adults save for? Okay, so think of the adults in your life. What do you think they save up money for? Can you think of anything? Maybe they save money for buying food during the week or to pay off their bills. Do you think that adults only save things that they need, or do they also save money for things that they want to buy? What do you think the difference is? As a child, we don't have to pay any bills. You're so lucky. So you can always save your money to spend it on the things that you want. But as a grown-up, do we need to save for things that we don't really want, but we definitely need them, like paying for our bills or fixing the washing machine when it breaks? Do you think it will take an adult even longer, or do you think a shorter amount of time to save up for the things that they want and need? Why do you think that is? Now, I would say that it might take an adult a bit longer to save up for the things that they want and need. And this might be because they're more expensive, and we can only save a certain amount of money each week. So they're going to need to save for a little bit longer. So it becomes more important as we grow up to save money, because there's going to be things that you have to pay for. Maybe you don't want to pay for them, like your electricity bill or your internet bill, but you're going to have to pay for them. So it's important that we know how to save money to do that. So we're going to talk about a type of saving called rainy day savings. So the Jackson family have been saving for a rainy day. This means saving up for a time when you need to spend something spend money on something that you didn't expect you would need to. So saving for a rainy day is like saving emergency money. It's not money you ever intend to spend. It's just there so that if an expense pops up that you weren't expecting, you've got some money to pay for it. So let's have a look at some examples of things that we might want to just save up for because this might happen and you need that cash available. So I've got 6 pictures on the screen. Which ones do you think it might be important to save some rainy day money for? You can pause the screen if you need a bit of extra time. So, do you think that you would need to save up extra money to pay for sweets or pencils with really cool rubbers? Probably not. But we might want to save some rainy day money in case our pet gets really ill and we need to take them to the vet. Or in case our phone breaks and we need to get a new phone. Or, oh no, maybe you've forgotten it's your parents' birthday and you completely forgot to buy them a gift. So now you're going to use that emergency, that rainy day money to buy them a gift because it's obviously important that we get a gift for our birthday. So we use this rainy day money, or we always set aside rainy day money so that if something pops up that we weren't expecting, we always have cash available for it. So when we receive money from a source, maybe from doing chores around the house or for our birthday, it's really important that we put some of that money to the side that we're not going to touch and we're not going to use it so that we always have money available if we need it for an emergency. So how do you save money? Well, we need to decide in advance how much you're going to save. So let's say that you got £20 for your birthday. You should decide an amount, maybe £5, maybe £10, and say, right, I'm not going to spend that money. I'm going to put that somewhere else. And that way you can't accidentally spend it. But you can spend the rest of it, but you've set aside some just in case. Or you might think, oh, I really, really want that new book. That new book costs £25. Maybe I'll save £10 right now. And next time I get some money, I'll save the rest of it to buy that book. So putting it to a side is really important. And how do we put it aside? Well, maybe you could ask your parents to save it for you. Make sure that you get a receipt though. They don't want to accidentally spend it. Or you could put it into a piggy bank. Maybe you have a special box somewhere in your room or your house where you can keep your money. Or maybe you can open your own bank account. Miss Jones is going to talk to us more next week about what kind of bank accounts we can open. But a bank account is a very safe way to keep our money. So let's say now we've thought about, oh, I've gotten some money, I'm going to save part of it, I might spend the rest of it. Now, we need to be a critical consumer. So let's say you've decided that you want to buy something. Well, how do we know if we're making a right choice? A critical consumer is somebody who thinks critically before making a choice about spending money. Why do you think it's important that we think carefully before we spend money? Okay, pause the video now if you'd like some more time to think, but if not, I'm going to continue talking about how to be a critical consumer. So it's really important to be aware of the pressures that we face when we're deciding whether to spend money or save money, because there might be somebody who's influencing you to buy something that actually you don't really want. And let's talk about that in a little bit more detail. So companies like you to spend money. Businesses want you to buy their products. So we need to think about whether it's a good choice. How do you stay in control? Let's imagine now you've got £10 for your birthday. So you got £20, you put £10 into your piggy bank and you're going to spend the other £10. What would you spend it on and why? Have a think. You've got £10 in your hand right now. You're allowed to spend it. You've already saved a bit. You're allowed to spend this. So what are you going to buy and why? Maybe you want those sweets that were on the other page, or those pencils for school, or a new book. And then what do you think is going to influence what you decide? Take a moment now to pause the video and think, what would influence your decision to buy a certain product? When you're ready to go through the answers, you can press play to go through it with me. Okay, hopefully you've had a think. Maybe you're thinking, oh, advertisements, advertising, they make me want to buy it. What my friends have, well, maybe because my friends have something, I want that thing as well. Maybe that's influencing me. Maybe my parents have given me an opinion on what they think I should buy. That might influence me. Now we're going to talk about how do companies influence us to buy products. So let's have a look. Think about an advert that you can remember seeing. Maybe it was an advert for a cereal. Maybe it was an advert for a new movie. Where did you see that? Was it on the TV? Did you see it on the internet? Was it on a billboard? Did you hear it on the radio? Did you see it inside a game? Think about what were they trying to sell and how were they persuading you? Now, we're actually doing persuasive adverts in our literacy, so maybe you can think about what kind of things were they saying that made you want to buy the product? So let's have a look. This is what companies do to help us or to encourage us to buy something, whether we really want to or not. One of the things they do is they put an attractive picture of the product on the advert. So like we have on this picture here, this delicious looking hamburger, that's there to persuade us to buy the product, because now not only am I like looking at the hamburger, now I'm imagining what it tastes like. So having pictures of what their product is will encourage us to buy it. Another persuasive technique they use is getting a celebrity to promote it. Okay, so some adverts use people that you want to be like. So maybe there's an advert for something that a footballer is promoting, or an advert that Ariana Grande is selling, okay? Or maybe it's Kylie Jenner's makeup line. But celebrities, they use the fact that you want to be like them to try to sell products. And we need to be aware, do I really want that product? Is that product really like, do I want to be like that person or not? So just thinking really critically, is that really something that you want to buy? Another persuasive technique that adverts use is they make it funny. Some adverts are designed to make you laugh so that you remember them, their product or the service that they're promoting, and it sticks in your head. It really stays with you, which means that you're going to be thinking about that advert later over and over because it makes you laugh, okay? So this is really important to realize, because you have to think, is it just stuck in my head or do I actually want to buy that product? Another persuasive technique they use is they use a character that you can remember, or a mascot. So we've got people like Tony the Tiger, you've got Ronald McDonald for McDonald's, you've got Meerkats, the meerkats for Compare the Market, Rice Krispies use Snap, Crackle and Pop, okay? Now those characters, they seem like friends to us, so they persuade us to buy a product. And we also have one more persuasive technique, which is using a discount or special offer. Sometimes businesses say, right, you can get 50% off or buy one, get one free. So you can get, they're encouraging you to buy more than one product. They're making you want to spend your money. Now, we need to be really critical. We need to think very carefully about whether or not we want to buy that product, because look how many, they've got like 6 different ways that companies are trying to trick us into buying their products. We need to stop and think, do I really want that product? Could I go home now and would I still be thinking about that? Have the adverts made it seem better than it actually is? Because maybe, I mean, the picture of that hamburger looked amazing, but when you buy the hamburger, it doesn't really look like that, does it? That's like a very fancy version, but the one you get is not actually that great. And the third question we should ask ourselves is, if I didn't buy this, what else could I buy? All right, so really thinking about, if I saved it up, or if I just went home and thought about it a little bit more, what else could I buy instead of that? So we need to be critical, not just think, oh yeah, that advert's going to save me tons of time, it's going to make me as happy as possible. No, we need to think, oh, the company is being really clever trying to trick me into buying something. Do I really want it? Has the advert made it seem better than it is? And what else could I buy with this money right now? Okay, so we're going to really focus on being a critical consumer when we spend our money. So to finish our assembly today, we're going to be having a quick quiz on why it's important to save money. I'll read the question. You have enough time to either pause the video or to say the answer out loud. Here we go. Question number 1. Which of these is not what rainy day saving means? So think about, what does rainy day savings mean? Which one is not one of these? A, saving some of your pocket money for an emergency. B, saving up for an umbrella. C, not spending all your money at once. Or D, using your savings to fix something that is broken. All right, and the answer is B, saving up for an umbrella. Nope, that's not what rainy day savings means. Rainy day savings means putting money aside, saving money for an emergency or an unexpected event. Fantastic. Number 2, Which of these things that an adult might spend money on could be an example of rainy day saving? So which one is an example of rainy day savings? A, buying new clothes. B, taking the family to the cinema. C, buying food for dinner. Or D, mending the washing machine when it's broken. Have a think. What's the answer? Shout it out. And the answer is D, when mending the washing machine when it's broken. We save up a little bit of money just inside, just in case the washing machine breaks and we need to fix it. Okay, question 3. Which of these words does not show how you might feel after saving money for something you want to buy? So which one is not how you would feel if you save money? A, happy. B, sad. C, excited. Or D, proud. All right, the answer is B, you would not feel sad. Saving money will help you feel lots of things, help you do lots of things, which means that you will probably feel happy, excited, and proud. You will not feel sad. And our last question in our quiz is, which one is false? Here we go. A, you will never have any fun if you save your money. B, if you spend all your money, you won't be able to save for more expensive things. That's true. If you save your money in a bank, they will give you extra money as interest. Or D, if you save up your money, you will be able to buy more expensive things. All right, which one is false? Shout it out. It is A. You will never have any fun if you save your money. That is absolutely not true. You can have loads more fun if you save your money and buy yourself something even more fantastic than you were originally going to buy. Okay, so we've learned a lot about saving money and spending money. Just remembering that when we get money, it's really important that we put some of it aside to save for a rainy day or an emergency, or to save up for something really special that you want to buy. And if we're going to buy something, we need to be a critical consumer and we need to think about, is this something I definitely want? Has the advert made it seem better than it actually is? And what else could I buy with that money? Just remember that companies want you to buy their products, so they will say whatever they have to say to get you to buy their product. So you need to be a critical consumer and think really carefully about whether you want something before you buy it. Okay, I hope you've had a lovely time joining in this assembly. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Have a lovely day. Bye.